This is Fishomaru, and this will be his home. Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Siani, and today I have a very special guest, Fishomaru. Technically, this is a moving vlog because he is moving out of the cup and into this 10-gallon tank. Ooh, yeah, are you jealous? You should be. It's very nice. It's very spacious. Not a lot of people can afford this nowadays. So yeah, I don't really have much to show you guys because I'm not really setting it up because it's been set up. But I do know that I very much need to change the water before I can release him into his new home. So what can I tell you guys about this tank? Well, I've had this tank for 8 years almost. I got it in 2017, 2016 for Christmas. And I had my first fish, Jesus Fisto de Mohammed, and I have cat hair over my eyes. I need to go get it. So yeah, that's who first lived in this tank. Jesus Fisto de Mohammed. He was blue, red, white, and blue. He was very American. Loved his country. And he had a roommate named Salty, an apple snail, a mystery snail. And yeah, I had him for about a good year, possibly two. The only thing I really remember is that he passed a bit after I got Salem, and I feel like he was able to pass because he knew I was gonna be okay. Like that fish was such a character. I tell you what, he was ready for breakfast every morning. He was swimming up to the top of the tank every time I passed by. He loved his naps. There was a good few times where I thought he might have died, but he was just a heavy sleeper. I've never seen a fish sleep heavier than him. And then, ooh, Phil, yes, I'm talking about you, but you don't need to make an appearance every time I'm talking about you. Like a year ago, 8 months ago, something like that, I got another fish, a redfish named Arthur. And I was going to make a video about setting this tank up again for him. But I don't know what happened, but he did not last very long. And it was at a very low point in my life because I didn't get him right after my mom passed, but I did get him because my mom passed. That was like a year and a half ago now that I think about it, if I date it like that. But I just wanted something to love on, something to remind myself to take care of myself, take care of something like I would take care of myself, so that way I would take care of myself. And when he passed, I was so depressed because I couldn't even take care of the thing that I was supposed to take care of me. I could not take care of myself so badly that I couldn't take care of other things. I don't know why he passed, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. A year later, here we are again. In between, I had fish sat for a friend. Her fish was also a betta fish, and his name was Loki. And he was actually Loki number two. Do what you will about that information. But he was fine in the tank. Loki wasn't eating for a long time before I babysat him, fish sat him, and he started eating while he was here. So yeah, I was really happy that I could help her. I found that she was double dosing the dechlorinator for a 5 gallon instead of a 1.5 gallon. And so that could have been it. Also, he had worms from his plant. That could have been it. And so there was just a lot of things going on with Loki at the time that I'm glad that he could heal while he was here. That this tank doesn't have a curse of death. When I walked into the store, I did a little loop, saw him on the shelf, the last shelf that had them, and I was like, "Doesn't this one look like his name is Shishomaru?" And I looked at him some more, looked him in the eye. I was like, "I kind of want you, but like I really shouldn't because like I already have 4 cats and I have a dog. My boyfriend has a dog, so I have a dog. But like if and we just talked about it last night about like if we were to get an addition to our little children, our animal children, it should be a dog or a cat, something we already have, not something new like a rabbit or what a bird. But I threw out like if we did get something new, the only thing that would make sense would be a fish because I already have this tank and it's been running for months, years, even at this point. Yeah, I have a fish now, and his name is Fishomaru. What else to say about Fishomaru? He was named after Inuyasha's older brother, Shishomaru, from the anime Inuyasha. It's because he's white with red and blue. It's giving killing perfection, you know? It's giving Lord of the Western Lands. It's giving silk 30-inch middle part bust down, you know? I don't know, sometimes they can just get so still. It's like, oh my god, is he dead? I really like keeping betta. I think they're better than goldfish. I've never honestly kept a goldfish for real. Like I had goldfish like after like I got them from a carnival and that was before I was really like into my fish game. And so I didn't take care of them properly, but they lasted quite a long time. But then they died one by one because goldfish are actually very messy. They poop a lot. My my auntie, she has goldfish at her house at Granny's, and they're quite huge now. They're very big. They started off like this big. Now they're like I don't know, probably like this big. But you know how common goldfish can really just keep growing forever. Goldfish do not grow to the size of their tank. They can get quite large. Carp can get very large. I think keeping bettas is what fits me and my personality and my lifestyle, and it's literally the fish that I've kept the most. I used to have like my very first betta fish. I had like this circular fish tank that kind of like had a hole in the middle. And like now that I know what I know about fish care, that was not the tank that any fish should live in. It had no filter. It had one tiny air hole, probably about the size of the hole that's on the cup right now, maybe even smaller. And as a kid, you don't know how to take care of animals, and so it's kind of up to the adult, but also it's not your fault that this fish is suffering. But people don't believe fish can suffer, but fish can suffer because they're not it's not like you can tell they're suffering because they're like screaming or yelping in pain, but their health declines, and that's how you know they're suffering. I am dedicated to learning as much as I can about fish, or at least betta fish, so that way the ones that I keep live the best life possible. I advocate for my friends who are keeping betta fish, and I hope I don't cross boundaries or overstep or am too aggressive in advocating for fish keeping and tank minimums to my friends, but it's what's best for the fish. And I'm not saying I don't want them to keep the fish. I just want them to keep the fish as best as they can and do what's best for the fish that is within their budget as well. I'm not saying I'm a know-it-all about betta fish, because I'm not, but there are just certain things that betta fish need. Like, I personally would not go below 1.5. Honestly, 3 gallons for real, for real. If I feel like if you can't find the space for a 1.5 gallon, then you have no business having a fish. Like, get a 5 gallon. Like, that's, come on, get a 5 gallon. Honestly, get a 10 gallon. Like, a 10 gallon is more than enough for a betta fish. If it's harder to measure and monitor the water parameters if the tank is smaller, because it's very easily thrown out of balance. The bigger the tank is, the easier it is to keep everything balanced, keep the nitrites and nitrates and ammonia levels in check. So yeah, I'm gonna finish draining the tank, and then I'm gonna fill it back up, and I will be dechlorinating it and letting it sit and letting it warm up and letting him, Fishomaru, acclimate for a couple of hours. And we'll check back in when we release him. Cool? Cool. All right, this is the tank with water, and now I'm going to let him float in it. I just realized my eye makeup is kind of crazy, but it's only because I took a nap and then I started setting up Fishomaru because my babies don't need to wait. But also, if I can't take care of myself, I can't take care of them, and I really needed that nap. And even still, I woke up and I had a headache afterwards. So I was not successful in sleeping away my headache. But he needed to move into his new mansion, so. Now it's time to release him into his mansion. First, I'm gonna add this betta leaf, and then we'll let him out. Oh, buddy, don't go in the glass. And I'm only pouring most of this water out because it was pretty dirty when I picked him up from the store. I don't want that in my tank. I don't want that in my environment. And there he goes. Look at Fishomaru. Aw, I hope he likes it, and I also hope he makes it through the night. He's so pretty. He's beautiful. You can probably hear my laundry going on in the background, but thanks for watching this video. Thanks for kicking it with me and Fishomaru. And I will see you guys in another one. Bye.